Maggie,
Okay, we are live. Thank you everyone for watching.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, Maggie's here. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, and this is the At1 finale Hangout Live, where we are going to give away a free round trip ticket to one of the three finalists of the Add1 Challenge. So quickly about the Add1 Challenge. Add1 Challenge is community of language learners around the world, all aiming for the same goal, to be able to hold a 15-minute conversation in 90 days. 15-minute conversation in 90 days. So that's what the Add1 Challenge is about. And today we have two polyglots with us. First we have Richard Simcott. Hi Richard, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Richard is the founder of the Polyglot Conference, which is coming up really soon in New York. You want to say a little bit about that?
Yeah, so next weekend we're in New York City for the 3rd annual Polyglot Conference, and the following weekend we've got the Polyglot workshops going on as well. So
cool.
Anyone listening who wants to come to that, please feel free to go on the site.
And we have Jan. Jan,
hello.
Thank you for being with us.
Hi.
And your website name is it's not nonstop. What's your website name now? It's your name now, right?
It's Jan van der A. That's my name.
I see.
.com.
Before it was non-stop traveling, which is really awesome. He document his trip around the world. And Jan, are you there? I think he froze a little bit, but that's okay. So he'll come back soon. So today, before we give away the free round trip ticket, we want to discuss a topic with the polyglots here. And out of the 3 questions that we got from the participant, I think what Maggie got a really interesting, really good question. She asked, how did you create a lifestyle of language learning?
Sorry, Brian, I just got back. Who are you asking the question?
So I'm asking the polyglots, well, you.
Okay.
You and Richard.
Yeah.
How did you create a lifestyle of learning languages?
Shall I start?
Yeah, go ahead, Jan. If you'd like to start, go ahead.
So 6 years ago, I started learning Chinese. I stayed for 5 months in China, and I managed to reach a conversational level after 5 months. And then I thought, I was never good at language learning, and I thought, okay, if I can learn Chinese in 5 months, if I can become conversational within 5 months, I can do that with all languages as well. And then after I graduated, I started my own business, which allowed me to travel and to live in different countries and to be surrounded with foreign languages all the time. And that is what really gave me the motivation to create a multilingual environment around me and to start learning languages actively.
I see. So your first language inspired you to see how you can create.
To learn all the others.
I see. Cool. All right. Thank you for sharing. How about you, Richard?
So I had languages from an early age at school and studied at university as well. And when I was at university, really I'd say that my life became very multilingual because I had lots of people from different countries around me using the languages on a daily basis, all the time for my studies and also socially. And then I started going abroad and working with languages, and really it just became an intrinsic part of who I am, studying them all the time, working with them professionally, traveling, as Jan described as well, and also working in different countries for different organizations, using my languages in very different contexts, from IT to diplomacy, and now in a consultancy basis for business. So yeah, even in the home, we have 5 home languages where we are here in the Republic of Macedonia. We use French, Spanish, German, Macedonian, and English in the house, and then I use probably another 10 or so, I guess, outside on a regular basis, and then maybe another 10 or so for work as well. So it's fairly multilingual nowadays.
Wow. Okay. So now to go deeper in that, how do you balance everyday life with language learning for so many years?
Is that for me? Is that a question for me, Brian? Hello?
Both of you guys. So
for both of me. Well, I will start again. So what I do is I make 1 or 2 hours per day time for language learning. So I do have because of the traveling that I've done in the past, with many friends in different countries, and therefore it's very easy to find language partners. I actually already have them from the time when I was in the country. So what I do is every day I practice at least one language for 1 hour, and then we just talk about work, about life, about traveling, about the things I and my friends are interested in another language. So I would do that for Portuguese, for French, for Cantonese, for Mandarin as well. So yeah, that's how I do use languages on a daily basis when I'm at home. And yeah, when I travel, of course, I can use the language in the country with the people. And additionally, I always practice languages online. So even when I'm in, let's say, in Brazil, I will practice Portuguese with a tutor online. Yeah, I think sometimes it's just easier to, you go to Skype, you connect to, you talk to someone just for 1 hour, then you stop the conversation, and that's it. That was your lesson. I think even when you are in the country, it makes sense to use Skype for language learning.
sounds like you really got that 1 hour is like easy for you now. Like you got to have it in.
It's a hobby, it's a habit. It's something that's nice to do. It's fun. It's something social, and you're learning at the same time.
Okay, Richard, how do you balance everyday life with language learning for so many years?
Well, I'd actually say that life and language learning are just one and the same thing for me. So to be honest, I just use so many of them anyway that I don't really consider it learning anymore. But if I'm picking up a new language, for example, or if I want to concentrate on a language that I've not been using for a while, then I either find something where I can interact with it in a way that's not going to be a huge inconvenience to my life. So after all, we've got other things that we need to do, and like everyone else, time's a precious commodity. So things that I do is just small tricks to be able to listen to it while I'm doing other things. I may just go for a coffee and take my book, and instead of switch my phone off so I'm not looking at my phone, and just sit and study with a nice coffee and relax and make it an enjoyable experience. Especially if I'm taking up a new language, I need to make sure that I have that enjoyability factor in the whole process, because it is actually adding on a thing that you wouldn't normally be doing, especially when you're maintaining so many languages. And then the question is, to what level and then why? And so how much I do is then relative to what I need it for. So you're not doing every language with the same intensity, and you're not using the same language in the same way all the time. So all of that dictates then how I then go back and focus my energy, my time, and use the concentration that I have for each individual language differently. So I'd say, yeah, it's part of my life, and I focus and remain quite determined in what my goals are.
Clear. Thank you for sharing, Richard. Okay, so now let's get to know the three finalists a little bit more. So why don't we go with Raza first? Why don't you share, Allez, Raza. Why don't you share who you are, like what language you learn and where you're from, and what did you learn in the last 90 days?
My name is and I'm from India. And I've been living in Saudi Arabia. The language I've chosen was Chinese, and I've started studying for close to 10, close to around 9 months now, and I've been uh, uh, doing it to improve my career as well. Because I have a lot of Chinese customers here, so learning a language will help me to speak to them and give me more opportunities to increase sales as well as to to increase the quizzes. I plan to study for another 6 to 7 months, and finally I plan to study in China for 4 to 5 weeks. And since the past 3 months, I've studied a lot, and I've spoken to a lot of uh, spoken to a lot of tutors online as well, almost 2 hours a day sometimes. So it was, I mean, uh, hardcore studying for 3 months now. So
Cool. So one thing you got out of the Add1Challenge.
yeah, one thing was I have realized that I mean, having some kind of pressure will increase my performance as well. So it and competition helps me uh, to do that extra uh, mm, do that extra bit.
Raza go crazy in the challenges. He really put in a lot of time into eating other teams.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to get lost in it.
That's good.
It's too
All
much
right.
pressure.
Thank you, Raza. Thank you, Raza. Okay, so Benson, tell us where you.
Okay. Okay, so I'm Benson. I was born in Macau, grew up in London, and currently living in Paris. And then why did I join the Add1Challenge? Actually, I just realized a few minutes ago when I was prepping my answers, I have been following Judith Meyer's blog for a long time, for years. And one of my philosophy in life to become successful is to follow my role models. She was joining the Add1Challenge, so I was like, why not? So that was actually why I joined the Add1Challenge. And then the first Add1Challenge I did Korean that went well in some way, and then the second one I did was Polish. So the three reasons that I chose Polish: one, for the technical reason that I want to branch into Slavic languages, and Polish is, and for the social reason that there are Polish communities now in most European countries, so it's easy to practice. And lastly, for practical reasons, I like traveling, and Poland is cheap. So I saved money by learning Polish rather than German, let's say. And what kept me motivated in the Add1Challenge? So the three reasons above that I mentioned: the lovely community, and so a shout out to Riza, Catherine, and Ellie, who came to most of my Add1 meetups. And then the system I really like in Add1Challenge. So that would be accountability sheets, the schedule, the posting the videos, etc. So what did I learn in the last 90 days? So something deep is the most important thing I learned is that meaningful relationship with a common passion is just one of the most beautiful things on this planet. So all of us share language learning passion, and connecting with you lovely folks is just one of the best experience in life. And secondly, I feel that I have become a better person by taking on challenges, just to sort of always test my own limits. And then lastly, as Steve Jobs said, the dots can only be connected afterwards. And I feel that a lot of wonderful things have happened to me this year since day one of Add1Challenge round 5. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Benson. All right, Maggie, turn on your camera, please.
Put my video on. Hopefully the internet won't die. My name is Maggie. I'm from Maine in the United States. I chose to study Turkish because it is part of my undergraduate program is Turkish Studies. And I've been studying Turkish for a couple of years, but not really doing that well because it was mostly independent study and I wasn't sure how to do it. So I think the biggest thing I learned in the past, the 90 days was I had such anxiety about language learning and about Turkish and just about succeeding at what I was doing, and it was really great to kind of realize that this was what was holding me back from language learning, was all my expectations and these sort of I had about all these levels of doing different activities with language learning. So it was really nice to be able to express it and have support, and so that I was so afraid of because they were really holding me back from learning Turkish. And I think the thing that kept me the most motivated were my friends in the Add1Challenge, which was really everyone, but definitely Fadwajum, Nikki, and Felipe, who really helped me a lot when I was having tough times and also just studying Turkish.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Maggie. And it's good to see you on cam. All right. So we got to know the participant a little bit.
I can't, so I just turned it back off.
Oh man, somebody just turned off the light. You can't see me. But but anyways, all right. So so with the polyglots, do you guys have any comments you'd like to give to the participant? You don't have to give comments to all three. Maybe just give comments to one person or two person. Anything you want to say, Richard?
I just want to say that I think not only the three here, but I've seen quite a lot of very positive stuff come out of the Add1Challenge this time, and seeing the progress that all three of you have made actually is really inspiring, and you should all be very proud of yourselves. I've got to be honest, it was a very, very close call. I know we're not going to announce the winner just yet, but it was very close, and it was close because you all came from a place and then you've made such progress over the 90 days. It's really been fantastic to watch, and I really applaud all the hard work and effort you've put in to achieve your goals. I think you're all winners in my mind, and I think that you can go forward with your studies and be very proud of yourselves. You've really done a great job.
Yes, of course, I've watched all your videos, so congrats with the progress that you all have made. Very impressive. I don't speak Turkish or Polish, so it was kind of hard for me to see like how well you got better in the language, but I could see that you were all able to hold a conversation in within 19 days. Maybe you had learned the language before, but this time you really got into this intensive language learning and reaching a conversational level. So congrats with that. I do speak some Mandarin, so Riza's videos were very impressive. Like I first watched his day 0 video. Well, you could, because I think you already participated in the last challenge, so you spoke some Chinese already. But yeah, it was the progress that you made was really clear, and I also understood that you worked very hard on it. So yeah, also congrats to you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's see. Since I turned off the light, I just gotta put my phone in my face so you guys can see me. Hopefully, I'm not too scary. It's time to turn on your camera, so because it's time to announce the winner. Benson, can you turn on your camera, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go more.
Benson.
My camera should be on.
Is it on already? Oh, it's on now. Okay. So the Add1Challenge finale, the winner of the Add1Challenge number 8 is, I'm nervous, even though I'm announcing it, but I'm nervous myself. The winner is Maggie.
Yay!
Yay.
I don't
Congratulations.
believe it. Inonmyoram.
Maggie,
Oh my gosh, thank you guys.
Maggie, you won a free round trip ticket to
Can you
Turkey.
hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Superb job, Maggie.
I can.
You won. Good job. We're really inspired by your story.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Yes, we're really inspired by your story and your progress. Congratulations. And is there anything you want to
Okay,
say?
good. This is so amazing. Thank you guys so much. I'm really excited because I have a chance.
Oh, her internet is maybe not cooperating.
Wow.
Maybe the internet is excited too. So, couldn't hear what you said lastly, Maggie.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. You said you're very excited, and
Okay. I'm very
very excited
excited
about.
because I have a large school break during January. So I have a chance to actually go to Turkey really soon and practice my Turkish. So this is really amazing. I'm so thankful to everyone.
Wow, perfect.
I can't believe it. Thank you so much.
So happy for you.
Congratulations.
Fantastic job, Maggie.
Awesome, awesome job, everybody. Not just Maggie. Congratulations, Benson and Raza. Thank you so much for participating.
Excellent
And
job.
Thank you very much.
excellent job, guys. So if you'd like to join the next Add1Challenge, the Add1Challenge is coming up soon. Go to add1challenge.com and get notified. And that's it. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you, Richard, and thank you, Jan, for being here.
See you, Anne. See you, Richard.
Welcome. Congratulations to all three of you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you and have fun in Turkey, Maggie. Looking forward to seeing the updates on that trip. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.